Hello, everyone. Iain MacMillan here, joined today by the first round draft pick for the Baltimore Ravens, Malaki Starks. Thank you for joining me today, Malaki. First off, how has life been these past 2 weeks since being drafted? I assume it's been just a complete whirlwind.
Yeah, it's been crazy. A lot of people tell you how it's gonna be, and you believe it, but you don't really understand it till you go through the process. But ever since I got that phone call, it's been crazy. I feel like I haven't slept in forever.
Yeah.
But it's a huge blessing.
Now, obviously, you're very busy, as you mentioned. I don't know if you saw the news this morning. George Pickens of the Steelers, big news in the AFC North, traded out of the Steelers to the Cowboys. Some people are saying he realized he had to go up against Malachi Starks this season and then was like, hey, get me out of this division, get me out of this conference. I'm out of here. Can you confirm that?
No, I cannot. GP, he's different, man, and he's gonna be great wherever he goes.
Now, actually, speaking of phone calls, there has been stories come out since the NFL draft of players actually getting phone called the day of. I know, obviously, Sugar Sanders was the big one, but even Ashton Genty, I know, got a prank phone call. I think Abdul Carter got a prank phone call. Were you a victim of these prank phone calls going on draft night?
No, I wasn't. So I had two phones. And mostly every team had my phone in the backup number. And then when you get to the draft, you actually have like a telephone as well. But mine was I had a smooth night. I know some guys who got prank called, and that sucks. Because it's such a big night, and it's what you've been working for your whole life. But I was not a victim. No, sir.
All right, good to hear. Now you've already had your rookie minicamp with the Ravens. Tell me what that was like, and also what the rest of your offseason looks like moving forward.
Yeah, that was awesome. We had a really good group of guys that came in and who went to work and really bought into the whole process while we were there, and it's just fun to get like a little taste, what it's going to be like, and how the organization is ran. So we go back. I'm going back actually Sunday, and then I'm gonna be up there for a while, just working and learning, and just jumping into the whole process. And then just kind of playing it by ear. It's my first time here, so I'm just kind of learning and figuring out as I go.
How does it feel to join a defense that's already one of the best defenses in the league? And has anyone from that defense got the chance to reach out to you yet? Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins, Kyle Van Noy, any of those guys? Have you spoke to any of them yet?
Yeah, I mean it's huge, and I think when you look back to even my college days, the reason why I picked Georgia was because of the defense that they had there. So just for me to come to an organization that has like that mentality on defense is huge for me. And yeah, I reached out to Roquan Smith and I reached out to Kyle as well. So I've been back and forth with them for a little while. Just being able to have some fixes, and John Ledbetter, who's at the Cardinals, is now at the Ravens, and I know him as well. He came back and spoke to the teams, and I saw him when we was at rookie minicamp. So there's a few familiar faces up there.
What would you say is your biggest strength that you bring to this Ravens defense?
I think just my style of play, and when you look at it, like everybody in that DB room is very versatile. That's just kind of how it's called a positionless defense. Like you're not just a safety or a free safety, like you're free safety, strong safety, nickel, dime, like you play all of it if you're in the back end. So just my versatility, being able to add to their room, and then just my ball skills as well. Just being able to attack the ball, and high point the ball, and also learn how to take the ball away. I think that was a big thing at the University of Georgia. Like the game of football is all about the football. But they really taught us, how to take the ball away, not just told us to. They taught us how to do it. So I feel like that's one of my huge strengths that I'm bringing with me.
Now, obviously, with you being on the Ravens, the comparison has to be made at least to Ed Reed a little bit. Did you watch him growing up? Is he a guy that you looked up to at your position?
Yeah. Ed Reed is. I don't know if anybody can get compared to Ed Reed. I mean, Ed Reed is he's the best of all time. And it's just it's an honor for me to be in that building and walk. And that was the first picture I was looking for when I walked in the building. I was like, where's this picture, where's this picture? So just being able to be in that building and that history, I mean, it's huge. And hopefully I get the chance to meet him. I'm excited, and just to be able to learn from him, and ask questions. And it's crazy. He's the best of all time. So yeah, it's an honor.
What does a successful rookie season look like for you? Do you have any individual goals? Obviously, you want to help the team win. Super Bowl is obviously a very realistic goal for the Ravens this season, but on an individual level, at the end of your rookie season, and you look back at it, what would a successful rookie season look like to you?
Yeah, I think for me, just just being able to grow within myself and learn. Like I said earlier, there's so many guys here who have so much knowledge about the game of football. So, just being able to learn more about football from them. And I think the biggest thing for me is I want to prove the team right for drafting me to be able to take a shot on me at 27 and then just earn the respect of all the teammates. Like just because it's kind of like college. Just because you came in first round or whatever the case is, none of that stuff matters. So just being able to come in and earn the respect and have an impact on defense and special teams as well. And, have a few takeaways here and there. I think that'd be a successful rookie season for me.
Now, if I can just ask a little bit of a selfish question here on my part, I don't know if you can see behind me. I have a Falcons helmet behind me. I'm a Falcons guy. I know you're a Georgia guy. Obviously, there was a chance you're going to be a member of the Falcons. A chance they're going to draft you. They ended up drafting your Georgia teammate Jalon Walker. So I want to know, as a guy who played with him, what are the Falcons getting in your former teammate Jalon Walker?
Yeah, I mean they're getting everything they need. You know, during the interviews, they always ask you if you could bring one person with you, who would you bring? And my first person was Jalen Walker every interview.
Mm.
He's like my brother. He was also voted a leader with me as well this last year. And just the way he handled his business and just the way he goes about the game of football, he's very passionate. And he's elite. When you look at his tape, I mean, it doesn't even do him justice of what he can do. So I'm excited to see, what he does in Atlanta, and also the guys that came in with him. I mean, they got a really good group of guys, so I'm just excited.
Now, Malachi, tell me about your partnership with Tide.
Yeah, so I got with Todd at the draft. They did their Tide uh they did their Tide laundry lunch. And we it was me, Spice Adams, and Matthew Golden. We all got together and we did some games with Tide, and it was real fun. We had a really good time, and just being able to have those connections with Tide has been huge.
Now, one last question here for you, Malachi. I'm doing this interview for Fansided, and we are always interested in what people, including athletes, what they are fans of themselves. So I want to ask you, what are you a fan of? Now, this could be football related, non-football related, TV series, movie franchise, an artist, maybe a team for a different sport. What would you say you are a big fan of?
Um, I think. I think hockey. So while I was training in Tampa, I got the chance to go to a few hockey games. And at first I didn't like. I'm still kind of learning, obviously, but like at first I went and I was watching, like, oh, that's cool. Then we went back the second time and like I really started to get into it. I think that's it for sure.
I did not expect that answer. As a Canadian myself, a guy who obviously loves hockey, you have just become one of my favorite players in the NFL. So thank you for that, Malachi. I appreciate your time today, and best of luck in your rookie season.
Thank you.